Since the chairman has gavelled out all of my colleagues with their unanimous consent, I am going to read for the record many of the chairman's comments in September of the importance of hearing from the whistleblower. Again, Ambassador, thank you for your patience, thank you for your service, but since we haven't been able to conduct ourselves in normal procedures, I'm just going to use the 5 minutes for this. September 29th, in the Wall Street Journal, quote, the whistleblower at the center of the impeachment investigation of President Trump will testify in the House very soon. This is a quote by the chairman. USA Today, September 29th. Talking with ABC News this week, Schiff, the Democrat who chairs the House Intelligence Committee, said the whistleblower would testify very soon. And the only thing standing in the way was getting security clearances for the attorneys representing the whistleblower so they could attend the testimony.
You need to see what just happened on Capitol Hill. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik just stood up and did something that made Adam Schiff go completely silent. She pulled out quote after quote after quote, and what she exposed is absolutely damning. The mainstream media won't show you this. They're burying it. But we're going to break down every single second of what just happened because this is the moment the impeachment charade started falling apart. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why the Democrats are panicking right now.
From Vox, September 29th, Rep. Adam Schiff said Sunday the whistleblower at the center of a growing scandal surrounding President Donald Trump will testify before the House Intelligence Committee very soon. On CNN, September 29th, Schiff said Sunday on ABC as well as NBC's Meet the Press that he expects the whistleblower to testify very soon. The Washington Post, September 29th. In an appearance on ABC News this week, Schiff echoed Pelosi's message. He also said he expected the Intelligence Committee to hear from the whistleblower very soon, pending a security clearance from Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire. In the Huffington Post, Schiff told ABC's This Week that he expects the whistleblower to appear before this committee very soon. In the New York Post, quote, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In the Washington Times, quote, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in. These are all quotes from Chairman Adam Schiff. In Talking Points memo, the question was posed, actually this was by George Stephanopoulos, have you reached an agreement yet with the whistleblower and his or her attorneys about coming before the committee and providing the information firsthand? Quote, yes, we have, Schiff responded, and as DNI McGuire promised during the hearing, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in without a minder from the Justice Department or from the White House to tell the whistleblower what they can and cannot say. We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Daily Kos, we're ready to hear from the whistleblower as soon as that is done, and we'll keep obviously riding shotgun to make sure that the acting director doesn't delay in that clearance process. In CNBC, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Market Watch, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said Sunday that an agreement has been reached under which the whistleblower will testify before the committee very soon. I can keep going, but again, the chairman refused to allow us to put these into the record with unanimous consent. So I've read those out, and as we know, it is important to protect whistleblowers from retaliation and from firing, and we want to make sure whistleblowers are able to come forward. But in this case, the fact that we are getting criticized by Chairman Adam Schiff for statements that he himself made early on in this process shows the duplicity and just the abuse of power that we are continuing to see. With a minute 54 seconds left, I'll yield to my colleague, Mr. Jordan.
I think, but there's still 4 people we've deposed that we have not been able to use see their transcripts, have their transcripts released, and therefore the testimony they provided we're not able to use in these open hearings. If it's an open hearing, all the available testimony from depositions that has been taken by the committee should be available to be discussed for the American people to see. But no. Mr. Morris and Mr. Hale and 2 other, Ms. Williams, 2 others have, and another one have not yet been released. So I hope the chairman releases that. One other point I would make in the last minute of Ms. Stefanik's time. The Democrats have asserted that this whole thing with Ambassador Yovanovitch was part of some sinister scheme by the White House to get Mr. Zelensky to do an investigation, President Zelensky to do an investigation. If recalling Ambassador Yovanovitch was part of some scheme by Trump and Pompeo and Giuliani to get President Zelensky to do an investigation, why would they replace her with the Democrats' first witness, their star witness, Bill Taylor? I mean, if that's the plan, not the best plan I've ever seen put together. Their star witness, their first witness, Mr. Taylor was here Wednesday. That's what they were up to? I think it just demonstrates that that is not what went on here. Mr. Zelensky never undertook any investigations, and the reason the aid was released, as we discussed on Wednesday, was because Vice President Pence, Ambassador Bolton, and U.S. senators all talked with President Zelensky, and they were convinced he was the real deal, as the ambassador has alluded to in her testimony. That's why the money was released. That I yield back.
First, most of what the whistleblower has alleged has been corroborated by the witnesses that we have heard from. Second, the president, who my colleagues so shamelessly continue to defend, continue to pressure, threaten, and intimidate the whistleblower. So I'd like unanimous consent to put into the record a September 26, 2019 article from Business Insider. Trump suggested the whistleblower who filed a complaint against him is guilty of treason, which is punishable by death.
Without objection.
How about September 26, 2019, Vanity Fair? Trump suggests executing the whistleblower's sources, like, quote, in the good old days. Third,
Without objection.
September 29th, whistleblower's lawyer raises fear for client safety.
Without objection.
From Axios. Mr. Chairman, the whistleblower has an absolute right to anonymity. The whistleblower's lawyer has said that he fears for his personal safety and will only answer questions now in writing. I wish my colleagues would join me in protecting the whistleblower's right to anonymity.
Folks, what you just witnessed is exactly what's wrong with Washington. Elise Stefanik just exposed Adam Schiff as a liar, using his own words from every major newspaper in America. Stefanik stood up and read quote after quote, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, CNN, Washington Post, all quoting Schiff, saying the whistleblower would testify very soon. He promised this over and over. He told George Stephanopoulos, we have an agreement, the whistleblower will come in, we'll get unfiltered testimony. So where is the whistleblower? We never heard from this person. Why? Because Schiff knows if that whistleblower testifies under oath and gets cross-examined, this whole thing falls apart. This impeachment is built on hearsay from someone who never witnessed anything directly. And here's what really gets me. 4 witness transcripts still haven't been released. Morrison, Hale, Williams, and another. If this is transparent, why are they hiding transcripts? Because those transcripts probably don't fit their narrative. Jim Jordan made an excellent point. If removing Ambassador Yovanovitch was part of some scheme to pressure Ukraine, why replace her with Bill Taylor, the Democrats' star witness? It makes zero sense. The logic doesn't hold up. When a whistleblower's complaint is used to impeach a president and overturn 63 million votes, we have a right to know who they are, their political affiliations, their biases. We know this whistleblower worked with Biden, had contact with Schiff's staff before filing, and the Inspector General found indications of political bias. Yet we're supposed to take this anonymous complaint at face value? Democrats point to the July phone call, but here's what they won't tell you. Ukraine never opened any Biden investigation. The aid was released. Zelensky said multiple times there was no pressure, no quid pro quo. The aid was held for weeks during a normal policy review, released after Pence and senators met Zelensky and were convinced he was committed to reform. That's how foreign policy works. Elise Stefanik showed incredible courage reading those quotes into the record. She knew Schiff would try to shut her down and the media would ignore it. But the American people deserve to know that Schiff made promises he never kept, and this impeachment is based on selective evidence, hidden transcripts, and an anonymous whistleblower who won't testify. This isn't how you conduct an impeachment. Clinton and Nixon had bipartisan support. This is purely partisan. Not a single Republican voted for it. It's political theater designed to damage Trump heading into the election. Share this video. Make sure everyone knows Adam Schiff lied about the whistleblower testifying. The truth is on our side. This impeachment will fail in the Senate. Trump will be acquitted. And we're going to win big in November. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment what you think about Stefanik's takedown. Stay strong, Patriots.